I'm heavier in
Do you
Pulse.
think I'm saying? Do you think a penny or what? Think you hit a penny?
I think it can go higher than that.
See, so
A lot
you've
higher.
never
I think it can
said
go a
your
lot
number,
higher.
and this is the first time I've heard you say even a penny, and now you're saying higher than that.
Oh
Man,
no! From the beginning, I've said that. From the beginning, I said that. I said, hey, have goals. Have short-term goals. Have medium-term goals. Have long-term goals.
And you're talking about this cycle,
always
right? This
said
upcoming bull.
Yeah. I've got an 8-year plan with Pulsechain.
if this hits a penny this cycle, oh my god.
Yeah, bro. I mean, if this shit hits a penny, like, there's gonna be so many rich.
Here's the thing: most people are going to sell because they've been taught.
Yeah,
10x,
people will sell
50.
well before that.
Buck from Fiat was like, we had a freaking big ass debate with over 1,000 people in that space, and he was saying the most he sees it going is 10x over sacrifice price, and I was the only one that was willing to say you're retarded.
And he built his whole life on Pulsechain then.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Anyone can get wrecked. Look at Rackham, #1 Pulsechain holder. He got wrecked. He got absolutely wrecked. And Buck isn't the #1 Pulsechain holder, but freaking Rackham got wrecked. Now you can say, oh, but he was still up. He still killed it. Blah blah blah. Yeah, he made a couple $1 million off him selling that. But guess what? He could have made double the amount of millions that he had just by holding it right now. So when I see that, people are going to sell, and there's going to be 85, 95% dips because they think that's going to be it. And they don't understand crypto. And that's what I said from the beginning when we talked about buckets. Like, these people do not understand crypto. They don't get it. They don't understand liquidity pools. They don't understand none of that stuff.
And then they buy back in at the top, and that's why the shit goes crazy.
So, yeah, a lot of these guys, a lot of these bigger guys are going to be out 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x. But what they don't realize is retail money is way bigger than they are. Way bigger. If you like, Rackham sacrificed $29 million. I'm sorry, when retail money comes in, it's going to be way more than $29 million.
Yeah. So Rackham
did
capitulate his whole bag though, right? He only capitulated like 2.3 million or something, or was it his whole? I never kept up with it after.
It wasn't his whole bag, but I mean, he was selling a lot. It was a lot.
Like, there
was videos of him talking about not selling at all, like shunning people for selling early, and then he fucking capitulates.
He downed me. This is what I'm saying. These people, he has me blocked, and I'll give you quote unquote what he said about me. B Roots, I've seen many people like him. They come and go. He will not be here in 2 years. And I laughed at him because I said, I've been here since fucking 2013, and this is the first time I'm ever hearing about you. So my point is like, you're selling, and here's the funny thing is, and people know my wallets, I haven't sold a single sacrifice coin yet. I've only gained fucking Pulsechain. He can't say the same. So him on record saying that shit, he just looks like an idiot. So if I were to see him in person, I'd laugh.
He's an idiot. I saw a video the other day of him saying, all of you are going to sell, and 99% of you are not going to be fucking, and then he sells his bags.
He's the one. Now here's the second part of that. There's no guaranteed he was the one that sold, because there is proof that it was pooled money. But here's what he said during that Spaces call. None of my guys are going to sell. So that's a quote, end quote. Like, he said that none of his guys were going to sell.
Interesting.
They're in it for a long time. So there's no proof that it was him selling. But the fact that he's not, here's the difference. The fact that he's not out and saying it wasn't him, and like, that means he just doesn't care about his reputation. Like, he just says, doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to make the money.
Yeah.
So if you cared about your reputation, you come out and say it's not me. But he doesn't care. He doesn't give two shits.
I think back on it, like, even at the time when he was making all those like proclaims and stuff like that, right? Like, the way the world has changed since that time. Like, some people are definitely down bad. So if they had put up, $2 million, whatever it might be, like, man, I can only imagine, like, if something had come up and they needed it. But no, I agree with you 100%. Like, for him to not come out and say, hey guys, like, this was not me, like, yes, like, the money was pooled, but I didn't sell myself. Like, it shows, like, his character in himself, that he doesn't care about his image. So there's always going to be people like that in the space, y'all. So just kind of, like, be wary of that,
That's what I said. Like, people be wary of me. Like, have that mindset. Literally have that mindset. I'm not mad when people are wary about me in general. I actually, like, I embrace it, like, 100%. Like, be wary of every single person that comes across your table. But also have the mindset of you can change your mind and have that, have make a conclusion, because if you don't, you're either going to get wrecked, you can get scammed. Like, you got to have your guards up. Prove yourself first. Like, he never proved himself to me. Like, I always thought he was like a sleazy car salesman. Like, Rackham, like, the best analogy for me, Rackham and Buck are the same people. That's the best way to say it. Like, there's like,
they are. They do have similar
car
energies.
salesman type people, like, same to the T. But I can spot those type of people out just because, like, I've just been around long enough. But, not everybody can. Everyone thinks just because you have money, or say you have money with no proof, by the way, but say you have money or talk smart means you are smart. No, not at all. That doesn't mean anything in crypto. You gotta have proof.
Yeah, I think Buck's one of those people that are good at sounding smart. Like, he's good at that.
Yeah, he's very good at sounding smart.
He's
But
good at making people think he's smart.
he ain't good at marketing. He's not good at like keeping quiet. He doesn't know how to keep quiet. He's always like talking. He's always in front of things. Like, that's not a good CEO. Like, that's not a good person that knows how to manage shit. Like, so when I see that, I'm just like, yeah, he's not that smart.
Yeah, I think the funniest thing to me with Buck is that viewers kind of expose this, like, like, being a black person, and then, like, hearing him say, like, if I pretend to be a black person online and I sound smart, that's gonna make people like me more. It's like, that's clearly you don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, you're delusional, my friend. Like,
so, like, even some of the stuff, like, where I talked to him, and, like, even the whole thing where, like, I had the conversation with him before I released all my stuff. And it was funny because he was like, oh, he says he went to law school, but he doesn't know any lawyer skills. And I was like, bro, I just schooled you in lawyer skills because I made you open up in full conversation, and I ain't say a word. You were doing most of the talking, and then you made yourself fucking get wrecked.
Yep.
Who got out lawyered? Who got out lawyered? Me or you? I just showed you fucking lawyer 101 and just wrecked you.
Hey, B-Root, what do you how much do you think Buck paid Katie to make her first video about his project?
Oh, I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to get into that. I put my
Robbie
2
asked
cents out there. I put my 2 cents out there, and I end up getting unfollowed by Katie. So I don't get into that.
I call it like.
But there was some conversation. I guarantee you, there was some conversations going on. Like, can you help me out?
Hey man, we all saw the screenshots of him saying, "No, you owe me. You need to do this to other people." So we know the kind of person he is.
I
was like, bro, you are smart.
I think Katie might be a couple ETH richer. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Katie might be a couple ETH richer after making that video. That's all I'm saying.
I was just saying, man, he's not a smart cat. So it's like, people think he is, but I get why they think he is, because it's like, anyone they think that has money is smart, and I'm just like, that's not the reality. And it's not the reality. Reality is he got lucky with Hex. I don't even think he's a true, like, traditional market person. I just don't. I really don't think it. Because the one thing, I was talking to a friend today, and I said, you know what? There's not one time where he's talked and I said, man, I just learned something there.
Well, it's funny, like, when he's talking about, like, markets and things like that, he tries to use, like, general terms that sound really smart and are big.
Exactly.
That the normal person wouldn't know.
Sounding intelligent.
Break it down. When you break it down, you'd be like, bro, he's not saying anything different than I could fucking learn about my 401k. Like, here's the thing. Like, if you're a 401k person, like, you're a traditional market person if you contribute to your 401k.
I never have.
I'm pretty sure
if you have it. Like, now here's the thing. It doesn't take a genius to learn traditional markets. Like, you're not special. by just knowing the traditional market. That's why I've always said a crypto person will run circles. Someone that's smart in crypto will run circles around the traditional market person that tries to come into crypto. They get wrecked because they don't know about liquidity. They don't know what makes price go up. It's completely different. So when you step
you
into
can't
this
really
game,
compare traditional finance.
no,
You
yeah,
can
you try
kind
to
of,
step in
but
this game and try to be smart. You are dumb in this game. You're absolutely dumb because we
it
run.
does rhyme a little bit, but you can't sit there and you can't do that.
So like it's different. It's a different ball game. It's a different.
So how do we teach them? How do we teach traditional finance?
If you ready for this, if they are really truly managing traditional people's money, that's the thing. You don't. Everyone wants to tell a story, but they have nothing to back up their story of traditional. There's a lot of people that say they're traditional people and have nothing to back up that they are who they say they are. But I can tell you one thing: how I see it going. You're right in a way, but the problem is during a bull market, everyone loses their mind of reality.
Yeah.
That's just markets. So you can say that everyone's going to cut this short and take profits, but if you're not trained to do that, if you haven't been listening to what I've been saying for the last 2 years, following the laws of meme coins, teaching people like this is how you win, this is what you need to do, and you don't train your mind to think that every single time, you're not going to do it no matter what you say you're going to do.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
things are going up, and say Richard Hart comes up, and then the freaking SEC case gets dropped and the shit starts pumping like crazy, you're not going to be thinking, oh, I'm taking profits. No, you're going to be like, we're going here, we're going here. You're going to hear people saying this. You're going to hear
10,000
Richard Hart himself say something. You're going to hear Richard Hart say stuff. And you're going to be like, oh, yeah, let's go. And it could be at the top, but you're still fucking just in the mode of like, let's go. We're going to keep going up. This is just a correction. We're good. We're going to keep going. Yeah, that's how you get wrecked. So what in the end, like I've been teaching a way to do things, and I don't think there's going to be a certain amount of people that are going to follow it and go with it, and there's going to be a certain amount of people that said they hear it, they're going to take profits. I do think people are going to take profits too early, just like what you said. But this is how I see the bull market going in no kind of order or time frame. One ETF gets accepted, price goes up. Another ETF gets accepted, price goes up. Another ETF gets accepted, price keeps going up. Everyone is now conditioned to every time you see an ETF get accepted, price go up. But there's one very big elephant in the room that everybody knows about called BlackRock. That ETF gets accepted, price gets shorted. Remember that the reason why ETFs are there is for the corporate people, the big boys, to be able to make money going up or down. So if the price is up high, best believe that they will short that thing to go down because they will make just as much money as the price going down as it going up. Typical people in America, where the big boys are at, can't do that through their 401ks, which was what those ETFs will help with. Yeah, you can use your 401ks and do that, but they have majority of the money, and they will short it and somehow control it. Make it nice and even to where they keep buying. Everyone hears Bitcoin, so their 401ks are going into it, but they keep shorting it. So what's actually happening to the price? It's not going up nor it's going down. They're making money as people are freaking putting their 401ks into the stock market constantly.
Yep.
They're constantly making money, and the price isn't even going up or down. Because when people are putting their 401ks and their retirement into it, that's buying. And what are they doing? Shorting. And they're just freaking just managing that. And
Beaver,
that's how they make money.
were you in, did you ever like deep dive into like the whole GameStop AMC thing?
Ian's more on that side. That's how he got into crypto.
So after like I was in that deep, okay, and like
trades.
Oh, I love trade, man. Lou versus Wall Street. Don't get me started, okay. Anyways, my point. the the hedge funds, like, they're designed to suck money from retail. And like, if you look at the stock market, you figure out how it's structured, how it's built, who the big players are, what they're doing, blah blah blah. You find out that they're just a money vacuum that just steals from the poor, puts it in their pockets, and then they fund it to wherever they fund it to. Like, that's what happens. And like that's what that ETF is. I don't know how I feel about it, man, because on one side it's opening it up to like the world's money. On the other side, like, I know that their presence is there, and I also know they're not going to go anywhere.
Look at history, man. History states that gold, the biggest thing happened. There was a big gold rush, and gold was skyrocketing up. But once banks and corporate got a hold of it, what happened to it? It just went sideways for decades.